In the sun-drenched opulence of Mon #Tessito, where palm-fringed estates masked a brewing storm, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stood at the edge of a precipice, their carefully crafted empire of rebellion and reinvention teetering on the brink of collapse. Once heralded as royal renegades who defied centuries of tradition, they now faced a crisis so explosive it threatened to sever their last ties to the monarchy. The catalyst was a leaked audio recording, unleashed by tech titan Elon Musk, a man whose unpredictable whims could sway #per#s. The grainy clip, shared with journalists and blasted across X, exposed a secret so shocking it sent shockwaves from Hollywood to Buckingham Palace, leaving Meghan scrambling and the world questioning, was this the final blow that would banish her from the royal fold forever? The saga began in the chaotic spring of 2020, when Meghan and #Harry, battered by their royal exit, landed in Los Angeles with nothing but defiance and dreams. Tyler Perry, the media mogul who clawed his way from poverty to power, opened his 22-acre Beverly Hills mansion, a fortress of privacy complete with armed security, private jets, and a silent vow of #loyalty. Sources later revealed Perry's support went deeper, allegedly covering millions in expenses, legal fees, elite protection, even a private yacht for their escape from prying eyes. In Hollywood, where alliances are built on #transactions, Perry's generosity was a thunderbolt, a public endorsement of two outcasts. But the unspoken rule of Tinseltown is gratitude, and Meghan's silence, no Instagram post, no podcast nod, not even a mention in their glossy Netflix docus #Aries, cut like a betrayal. Perry, known for his fierce loyalty, felt discarded, and whispers of his resentment began to simmer. Then came Oprah Winfrey, the #queen of narrative power, whose 2021 interview with the Sussexes was a #obel reckoning. Watched by millions, it recast Meghan as a wronged heroine, her tales of royal cruelty and mental health struggles shifting the world's perception overnight. Oprah's endorsement was a golden ticket, opening Hollywood's doors and cementing the Sussexes as icons. But by July 2025, both Perry and Oprah had vanished from Meghan's orbit. #air silence, evening prelude to the storm now breaking. The bombshell erupted on a sweltering July morning, when an anonymous X account with millions of followers dropped a grainy audio clip that set the internet ablaze. The voice, unmistakable #why Elon Musk, was recorded in a clandestine conversation with journalists, his words sharp as a blade. Meghan's been hiding the truth about those kids. Archie and Lilibet aren't what they seem, and the palace is ready to end this charade. The clip, barely 60-second #DS, hinted at a conspiracy so damning it could erase Meghan's royal ties forever. Musk, a peripheral figure in Hollywood's elite, allegedly obtained the recording from a disgruntled insider #a private Montecito gala, where Meghan reportedly confided in a tech billionaire, possibly Musk himself, about her struggles with royal protocol and complications surrounding her children's births. The audio, leaked to journalists and amplified by Musk's provocations, sent #T like #Meghan exposed and #royal banishment trending world double-eyed. Piers Morgan pounced, declaring on his show, Meghan's lies have caught up she's facing total exile. Even the BBC, ever cautious, ran headlines speculating on the devastating truth behind Musk's words. In Montecito, #Gagan sat frozen in their sunlit study, her phone buzzing with notifications as tea scandal consumed the globe. Harry, pacing furiously, was a man unmoored, his voice trembling with rage. How does Musk have this? Who betrayed us? He demanded, his wild. Meghan, usually quick with a retort, could only stare at the Pacific, her mind racing through #he gala's faces, whispered conversations. The leak's origins were murky, but rumors swirled that a journalist, paid a fortune by a tabloid, had captured Meghan's words, passing them to Musk, whose motives, revenge, clout, or something darker, remained unclear. The audio reignited old suspicions about Archie and Lilibet's births, with tabloids dredging up claims of surrogacy and discrepancies in records. A new leak, an alleged email from a palace aide, surfaced on X, claiming Buckingham was preparing to strip the children's titles and banish the Sussexes for good. The betrayal was staggering, and Meghan knew the stakes. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a death sentence for their royal legacy. Across the ocean, Buckingham Palace #S a fortress of fury. King Charles, weakened by health struggles and weary of the Sussex saga, was devastated by the renewed drama. The audio's hints at hidden truths about Archie and Lilibet fueled a clandestine investigation, with aides whispering of irregularities in birth documents. Sources claimed Charles, under pressure from royal traditionalists, was on the verge of a historic move, formally removing the Sussexes from the line of succession. Prince William, his anger at Harry's defiance boiling over, was said to be #tagging the charge. Enough is enough, he reportedly told aides, his voice cold as steel. Catherine, ever the voice of reason, pleaded for compassion, but even she couldn't stem the tide. X posts were messy #less, with users branding Meghan a master manipulator, and Harry a pawn in her game. The public was split. Some saw the palace's actions as a deep #NSC of tradit ion, others as a cruel attack on innocent children. Hollywood's reaction was equally brutal. Tyler Perry, already burned by Meghan's silence, #W as said to be fuming. A leaked text, allegedly from Perry to a confidant, went viral. "She used my home, my money, my name, now this." The message, unverified, but explosive, painted Meghan as ungrateful, fueling rumors that Perry was ready to spill more secrets, perhaps about her time in his man's #Ion. Oprah's absence was even more telling. Sources claimed she had warned Meghan to rebuild trust after #ear 2021 interview, but Meghan's relentless SPO client chasing had fractured their bond. A bombshell rumor, spread by an X post, alleged Oprah had been approached by Musk with the audio, urging her to cut ties before the scandal broke. Harpo, Oprah's company, had erased all traces of the Sussexes, a lent verdict that Meghan was toxic. A new leak, a grainy video from a Hollywood party, surfaced online, showing a producer calling Meghan a sinking ship with no lifeboats. The clip, posted anonymously, amplified perceptions that she was untouchable, a liability shunned by Tinseltown's elite. Archewell, Sussex's flagship charity, was crumbling under the weight of the scandal. Insiders described a toxic environment, with key staff fleeing and projects collapsing. A leaked financial report revealed millions spent on PR firms and consultants, with little impact to show. "It's a vanity project, not a charity," one former employee sneered, pointing to failed initiatives. A mental health campaign, a women's fund, that vanished without trace. Donors were pulling out, spooked by whispers of mismanagement. The public, once captivated by Meghan's charisma, was exhausted, their patience worn thin by recycled drama. X posts mocked Archewell as a ghost ship, with memes depicting Meghan as a queen without a crown. Hollywood executives, once eager for Sussex projects, passed on pitches without a GL #aunts. A studio insider was blunt, "She's radioactive." The drama's not worth the deal. Meghan's obsession with control, every photo curated, every word scripted, had backfired, alienating her own teams. A top publicist quit. #T#ing unbearable demands, while a former ally whispered of bridges burned faster than built. The 2018 wedding, once a dazzling showcase of A-listers like Oprah, the Clooney, and Serena Williams, now seemed like a calculated summit, and those stars were nowhere to be seen. A vicious rumor, fueled by an X post, claimed Meghan was plotting a solo tell-all book, exposing Perry, Oprah, and the royals to reclaim her truth. The claim, unverified but relentless, sparked tabloid frenzy, with headlines reaming of divorce and betrayal. Meghan's team scrambled to deny it, but the damage was done. Harry, meanwhile, was Fadi hashtagging, his public appearances rare, his spirit crushed. A leaked text, allegedly from Harry to a royal aide, surfaced hashtag, "I've lost everything." True or not, it capture hashtag the moment. A couple adrift, their fairy tale unrave hashtag link. As July 2025 burned on, Meghan stood on their Montecito balcony hashtag Oney, the passive hashtag I see stretching endlessly before her. Her mind a storm of defiance and fear. Harry sat nearby, his hashtag yes hollow, the silence between them heavier than ever. Their podcast was stalled, their lifestyle brand a flop, their narrative slipping away. The world had turned, their allies gone, their children at the heart of a scandal they couldn't hashtag escape. A final rumor, spread by a shadowy X-account, aimed Meghan was in talks with a Dubai billionaire for a solo move, leaving Harry behind. The story, unconfirmed but viral, painted her as a betrayer abandoning her prince. In Hollywood, where energy is currency, the vibe had shifted. Doors stayed shut, calls went unanswered we read, and the spotlight moved on. Meghan wasn't cancelled, she was fading, her star dimming not with a bang but a whisper. And as the sun sank over their gilded exile, one Q's hashtag tie-on loomed. When the palace slams its gates,